Hey guys, so I am back and I promised you guys this video for a while now, and that is a demonstration and tips and tricks on using the ambient lighting powders from Hourglass. And I have the ambient lighting palette here, and it gets tricky when you're dealing with deeper, darker skin and oily skin. You know, that combination is crazy, much less separate and apart, because on dark skin you don't want to use products that are going to look too ashen or look just too stark on dark skin. And for oily skin you don't want to use anything that's too glittery or shiny, because you can end up looking greasy, and that we don't want at all. And with the warmer months coming up, everybody wants that glowy J-Lo tan skin. And it's the perfect time for me to do this demonstration for you. So I have the ambient lighting palette here. This is the trio with dim light, incandescent light, and radiant light, and this retails for $58, and it was limited edition, but now it's permanent, and you can find this on the Sephora website as well as the Hourglass website. I'll leave links below so you can check it out. It's $58. It's pricey, it's an investment, but you get a lot of product in here. You get 3.3 grams of product, or 0.116 ounces, and for each of these powders, and you won't necessarily go through this. So it's worth the investment, because it's not something that you'll have to repurchase because you're going to run out. This is going to serve you for years and years to come. And then if you wanted to invest in any of the other shades, they also have the large sizes. These are $45, and these contain 0.35 ounces of product, which is gigantic. That's this amount of product in this, and this will last you a lifetime. So if you wanted to grab a large size, maybe you didn't want a trio, or maybe you wanted an extra shade that wasn't in the palette, that is also a great buy. Even though they're pricey, I think they're still worth the money, because they're a very unique product. They give a very unique effect to the skin, and I think it's worth it to get quality products that give you a certain look. And then they also have the ambient lighting bronzer now, which I also use to give you that glow, because it is summer. The summer months are coming up. So this is the Radiant Bronze Light, and this one is more expensive. It's $50. So I'm going to walk you through the demonstration now of how to get this nice, fresh, but glowy skin for darker skin and oily skin. And I'm going to take you through the steps I do personally to achieve this look, which is nice and fresh and glowy. And I really love this for the summertime. So let's get right into it. So to start out with, I'm going to apply a primer and my foundation just to even out the complexion and give us a nice base to work with. And when I'm doing highlighting or want to add a glow to my skin, I tend to go for a matte or a satin finish foundation rather than a glowy foundation. Since I have oily skin, I don't want to have an all over glow, because then I can just look greasy. So I just do a satin or a matte, like a natural matte finish, and then go in and add the glow where I want it to. And that's what we're gonna do in this video. So I'm just applying some primer. This is my Inglot Under Makeup Base, which is a silicone based primer, and I like it because it fills in pores. So when you're going for filling in pores, a silicone primer is great. And you want to fill in pores when you're going for shimmer, because your pores can get accentuated by shimmer and glitter, so you don't want to overemphasize that. So fill them in. And for the foundation, I'm going to use my Genius Gel Foundation from Marc Jacobs. It's a nice demi matte finish. I really love this foundation, and I'm using the shade 82 Cocoa Light. And I'm just going to apply that all over my skin. And I'm just going to use a buffing brush for this. And I'm applying a very light layer. I don't like caking on foundation. I like it to be very lightweight and minimal, and this foundation is great for that, because it is a very lightweight foundation. It is a gel base, so it isn't creamy and heavy, and it won't give you like this full crazy looking coverage. It's a medium buildable coverage, but it looks very natural on the skin, so you won't be overwhelmed with coverage and you won't look cakey. So just go in and buff that all over the skin. Once I have that on, I'm going to apply some concealer just under my eyes where I have some darkness. I'm just using my full cover concealer from Makeup Forever. This is in the shade number 12. And I'm just going to tap that out with a Sedona lace brush. This is the number 224. It's a pointed concealer brush so I can get right under my eyes without disturbing my eyeshadow too much. And I'm just going to pounce that in under my eyes and a little bit downwards to give a slight highlight. Then go in with a beauty blender and just tap that out. Now once we have all our cream products down, our liquid products, I'm going to go in with some finishing powder. This is my Girl On Loose Mineral Powder in the shade number 4 Beige Moyen, and it's just the deepest shade they have. And I'm grabbing a Velvet Luxe LBD bronzer brush from It Cosmetics, and I'm just going to go over my skin just to set my T-zone, just set the foundation in place so it won't go slipping and sliding all around, and it will also serve to mattify the face somewhat as well. So just lightly go over, you know, your oily areas. And this foundation, this powder is a very gorgeous natural looking powder. I love this powder. It's not going to be too cakey. It's very lightweight and it doesn't overly mattify the skin so it looks like a flat matte. It just sets everything in place. And now we can go in with the star of the show, the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. And this is the palette, and it has dim light, incandescent light, and radiant light in it. These are the 3 powders you have. And while I think this palette is overall all you need, you don't need to go out and get any others. I also wanted to show you the other 2 that I have in my collection just in case you were curious. I have the diffused light, which is the light yellow shade, and this is best for lighter skin with a yellow undertone, or if you like using like a banana shade under your eyes. And then this one is luminous light, which is more of a shimmery highlight color. It is a little bit more glowy than dim light, so if you wanted a little bit more glow but a similar shade as dim light, then that's the way to go. So what you're gonna do is grab a fluffy brush. So any kind of fluffy highlight brush, it can be any size, but it should be fluffy so we can diffuse these colors. They shouldn't be concentrated, so you do not want a dense brush. So what I'm gonna do is grab dim light. This is just the larger version, and I'm gonna grab some of that, not too much on the brush, and run that under my eyes. Again, you don't want to be too overwhelming with this shade. You want to be very light-handed. Now these powders blend out seamlessly, so don't be too caught up in applying too much or overdoing it. They blend out easily because they're so finely milled. So if you get a little bit too much, it won't look too crazy. See, under my eyes it may have looked like I put too much, but once you blend it in, it just looks like your skin was hit with this luminous light. Then I'm gonna grab the incandescent light, which is the middle shade. That has a little bit more shimmer, and we're gonna tap that just in the center of the forehead and just blend back and forth, and you're just using very light motions just to blend that in. And I know it looks like I have a ton of product right now, but again, do kind of circular blend-in motions to blend that out. And it's going to add a glow to the skin. I don't know where that accent came from, but once you blend that in, again, use just light feathering motions to blend it out. It will add this luminescence to your skin that's going to look very natural, like you're just being hit by ambient lighting. So you see it blends out nicely, and now it just looks like there's light hitting my forehead area, and that is what you want. Now I'm going to go in with a radiant light. That's that deeper bronzy shade, and I'm going to grab a little bit of that and hit just the high points of my cheeks. So I'm going on the top of my cheeks and blending it backwards, like right under my eye, and blend it backwards. And that's going to give a nice golden bronzy sheen right to the tops of the cheekbones without being overwhelming. Again, use very light feathery motions to blend that in, and use a fluffy brush. It's gonna just do it effortlessly for you. It's like the brush and those motions will just do everything and make everything look great on your skin. So there you'll have this lighting effect right on the high points of your cheeks. Now I'm gonna grab the center shade and the radiant light shade. So incandescent light and radiant light, and pop that just down the bridge of my nose. So very lightly, again, we're using the same brush. And this again is gonna add a lighting effect just to the center of the face. And then you can go ahead, grab a little bit more of those two shades and just pounce it on top of your cheeks. Just very lightly go around the cheek area. And this is why I needed you to mattify your skin, because right here is where you'll get those pores showing up. And if you add glitter or shimmer there, it's gonna look a little bit more enlarged. So make sure you mattify and minimize those pores. So there you have that glow happening, and you can take some of the incandescent light, that's that darker one, and pop it just above your brow, the high points of your brow. So you're just gonna add it right there, almost into your hairline. And it's gonna add some more glow again and blend everything together. If you wanna go ahead now and add some to the tops, your cupid bow, so to the top of your lip, you can do that as well. And you can also grab, again, I'm mixing these two shades because these are shimmery shades, but for darker skin, that radiant light one will be the best one. And just pop that on your chin, and that's gonna highlight your chin. So if you see, I've added glow and light to my skin, but it doesn't look like highlight, and it doesn't look overly dewy or overly shimmery. But again, just use a very light hand with these colors. Use a light fluffy brush and just blend the colors in. And again, they're easy to blend out because of the formula and how light and finely milled they are. So they're easy to blend into your skin without being overwhelming. Now another product from Hourglass that I've been loving as well, and it helps to amp up the glow, especially for the summertime, is the Ambient Lighting Bronzer. This is the shade Radiant Bronze Light, and it has that Radiant Light shade in it. It's that bronzier shade, and then a deeper bronze shade. And you can grab that again and pop it on the high points of your temples, like right above your eyebrows, right by your temples. And that's gonna add a lot of glow. And then also pop it over where we have the highlighted areas on the cheekbones. And you can also pop it right on the bridge of your nose just to add a subtle shimmery bronzy glow. I have been loving this product. It's like the best of both worlds. It has a luminous finish to it, but it has that bronzy glow as well. So that's the overall effect with just highlighting. Now you want to go ahead and round out everything by applying some contour, and for this I'm using my Becca, this is the Low Light Highlight Perfecting Palette, and this is just going to tie the whole look together. When you add a little bit more dimension, then those highlighted areas will pop out even more. So just go and add a little bit. You don't have to add too much of this product at all. And I'll also take a fluffy blending brush for eyeshadow and just apply a little bit of that down the sides of my nose. And that again is just going to help the highlighted areas to pop out even more. This, just be light-handed and blend that in. So now you'll see the whole look is tied together a little bit more. Now we definitely look luminous and glowy, which is great for the summertime. So I'll give you a close-up of it so you can see the glow at work. And again, these powders are just meant to be finishing powders that add some luminosity and glow to the skin, but they're not traditional highlighters. They're just meant to mimic what ambient lighting does to your skin. It's gonna add a glow to your skin, and this is what these powders are meant to do. So I added some cheek color and some lip color, and as you can see, everything is now tied in together, and I look glowy and luminous without looking too oily or greasy or shiny. It's just a very natural overall look. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and picked up some tips and tricks on how to use the ambient lighting powders. I really truly love these products, especially for oily skin, because I feel like we all want to glow, we all want highlighting, but for oily skin it's a little bit trickier because we don't want to look too shiny or too oily or greasy, because that's like our nemesis, that's our kryptonite. We don't want to look shiny and crazy at the end of the day, and these powders are like the perfect product to give us that luminous finish but still keep us looking matte and fresh throughout the day. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and did pick up some tips and tricks, and hopefully I was helpful in showing you how to use this product to get a nice glowy look to your skin, especially for the great summer weather that we're seeing right now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, hit like and favorites if you did enjoy this video, and share with your friends, and if you're not subscribed already, definitely hit the subscribe button. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye.